Right, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us today. Just before we begin, we want to take a few moments to make sure everybody has a safe experience. First, we acknowledge that everyone has different abilities and comfort levels, so please feel free to adapt movements so that this class works for you. This class is an all levels class, which means that our instructor will provide you with some options as we go. But if at any time you feel like you need a break, go ahead and take some downtime. If this is your first time doing an online if this is your first time doing an online mobility or fitness class, please take it easy to start and remember to consider any injuries or pre-existing conditions that you may have. And also you're going to want to take a quick moment to set your space up. Loretta, how much space do you think we need for this class?
Not too much, really. You're going to be moving within the same little bubble.
Okay, awesome. And then just make sure to consider any other people or furry friends that might come through your space during the class. If you'd like, you could play a little bit of music yourself at home while this class is running. And remember that there are inherent risks involved in any type of physical activity, so work at an intensity level appropriate for your fitness level. And two final points. One is that you will have heard that this class is going to be recorded when you entered the Zoom meeting, but we're just recording the instructor's screen, so don't worry about that. And as we go, you can chat with me in the group chat, and I'll relay any questions you have to the instructor. And then at the end of class, we'll open up the chat as a group chat, and you can chat directly with Loretta and ask her questions and give feedback about the class. All right, with that, I'll pass it over to you, Loretta.
Thanks, Chris. So my name is Loretta. We haven't met yet. This class started because when I started working from home about a month ago, more than a month ago now, it took about a week before I realized how much worse my body felt compared to even just sitting at a desk all day in an office. So today's class will be done all standing. We won't be moving around that much. I'm going to offer you the opportunity to sit later in the class if you prefer. And this is just, you don't need any fancy equipment. You can be wearing whatever you're already wearing. If you changed into some workout gear, even better. I'm just going to warn you that I have a cat who's a little bit upset that a couch is gone, so he might run for the shot throughout our next 20 minutes. So with that said, let's get started. We're all going to start standing. Have your feet about hips distance apart, so just stacked underneath your hips. Keep a slight bend in your knees at all times so there's buoyancy in your legs, and we're not locking out through our knees. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears and then roll them back and down. Just let your arms rest by your side. We're going to start this class by taking 3 breaths together, inhaling through the nose and sighing out the mouth. So all together, big breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. 2 more like that. Inhale through your nose. Sigh it out your mouth. Last one, biggest breath in. Sigh it out. Now this time you're going to inhale, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and as you exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. We're going to keep going. So inhale, shoulders come up. Exhale, make it exaggerated. Roll your shoulders back and down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. 1 more. Big inhale up. Big exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. All right, next, bring your hands in front of you. Interlace your fingers together, and then take your hands to the back of your head, sort of where your head and your neck meet, so that you can sort of just snugly put your head right into your hands. Now again, slight bend in your knees. On your inhale, you can stand up really tall, open wide through your elbows, and lift your chest up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, bend your knees a lot, round your back, tuck your chin towards your chest, and pull your elbows together. We're going to keep going like that. So inhale, stand up tall, open wide through your arms, lift your heart up. Exhale, bend your knees deeply, round your back, tuck chin to chest, move those elbows together. Let's do 3 more like that. Inhale, stand up tall, open wide through your chest. Exhale, bend your knees, round it in. 2 more. Inhale, stand up tall. Exhale to round. Big breaths. 1 more. Inhale to stand up tall, open wide. Exhale, bend your knees, round it in. On your next inhale, come back up to standing to a neutral position. Release your arms by your side. Maybe give them a little bit of a shake. Now bring your elbows up to about shoulder height, and then just take your elbows back and forward a few times. And then the next time your arms come in front of you, take your right arm underneath your left, so right under left, and then grab a hold of your shoulders. We're gonna get into our upper back now. So this is your option one. It's like you're giving yourself a nice hug. If you feel like you have more space, keep your elbows together, but lift your forearms up until the back of your hands touch. The back of my forearms are touching here. If this feels okay, maybe you go for a eagle wrap. So I also teach yoga. If you know what I'm talking about, go for it. If you don't, the option here is to take your right hand around until it touches the palm of your left hand. So your palms are touching. So again, we're trying to get into our upper back, but we don't do that at the expense of our wrists or elbows or our shoulders. So if anything feels sort of retorqued or just really uncomfortable, take it back a step. So I'm actually going to do this with the backs of my hands together, because that's enough for me. Again, slight bend in the knees. Wherever you are, soften your shoulders. If your hands are in front of your face, can you now see if you can lift your elbows a little bit, maybe a lot, it depends on how much motion, range of motion you have, and then pull your hands away from your face. Now hold it here and make sure you're breathing. So don't hold your breath, big inhales through your nose, big exhales through your nose. One more breath in. And then slowly release your arms. Take your arms by your side, give it a little bit of shake. And then we'll do the other side. So bring your elbows up towards your shoulders, and then bring your arms forward and back a few times, just back and forth. Loosen it up a little bit. And then this time, we're going to take our left arm under our right arm, left under right. And again, option one, hold on to your shoulders. Like you're giving yourself a hug. If this is good, just stay right here, breathe into your upper back. So again, if you feel like you can go further, bring your arms up, your forearms up, until the back of your hands touch. You can stay here, or you can keep winding that left hand around your right arm until your palms meet. Now for this side, I feel a little bit better in my wrist. It doesn't feel like it's torquing, but I'm still going to take it a step back just because I did the back of the forearms to touch on the first side. Yeah, nice and even on both sides, right? Now, if your forearms are lifted, again, work towards lifting your elbows up. It's okay if they don't really move. Just work in that direction and pull your hands away from your face. Breathe into your upper back. I'm just going to stay here for 2 more breaths. And then slowly, slowly unwind through your arms. Release them by your side. Give them a little shake. Now we're going to do one of my favorite things. Find that slight bend in your knees and just let your arms sway from side to side. So your shoulders and your arms are really, really heavy, really, really loose. And then as your arms sway from side to side, let your upper body twist in the same direction of your arms. So when my arms go right, my body twists right. When my arms go left, my body twists left. Just let this be really, really loose. All right. When you're ready, come back to stillness. I really enjoy this, so sometimes I keep going. Come back to stillness. We're going to get into our wrists. So I'm just going to come closer so you can see me better. Bring your hands in front of you, elbows up, and put your palms together. For this one, we're going to squeeze our fingers together. So no space, we're going to squeeze them in. Before we do anything else, notice if your shoulders are up here, can you relax them down? Now, keeping your elbows lifted, push your palms together. If you already feel a stretch in your hands, stay here. If you want to intensify the stretch, gently start to pull your wrists in a downward motion. So keep your elbows up, shoulders down, and then gently pull your wrist down. Breathe into your wrists, breathe into your hands. And stay here for 2 more breaths. Okay, and then move along with me here. We're going to now turn our fingertips to point forwards, and then work towards pointing your fingertips towards the ground. It's okay if you're stuck in an angle, if that's how far you can go, stay here. If you can, keep going until your fingertips point downwards. So same thing, shoulders down and away from your ears, elbows stay lifted, and to intensify the stretch here, you gently pull your wrist in an upward motion. Breathe. Again, 2 more here. One more. Come back out the way we came in. So turn your fingertips to point forwards and then up. Release your hands from each other. Give your hands a little bit of a shake. And we're gonna do something that I really enjoy to do. So I feel like I say this about every other thing that we do, but I also really like this. Bring your hands in front of you and start to circle out through your wrists. Circle your hands away from each other. And as you do that, can you smooth out the motion? Take your time. Don't just sort of move your hands, but really get into your forearms, get into your wrists. And then as you circle your hands, can you now start to move all 10 of your fingers? And as you move all 10 of your fingers, can you articulate through every single joint in your fingers? Make it look really, really weird here. Just move every single thing you can think of. He's gonna run me over one day. Okay, and then stop for a second and then go in the other direction. And just start by circling out through those wrists. And again, really, really try to smooth it out. Get into those tight places. And then again, can you move all 10 of your fingers? And as you move them, can you articulate through all the joints? We want this to look weird. We want this to feel kind of weird. We want to wake up everything that maybe works a bit too hard or doesn't get worked. And then come back to stillness, shake out your hand. Whew. And then, ooh, I'm going to come back up, stand back up, meet you back in that standing position. Get into some side body. So inhale, reach your arms up. And then we're all going to hold opposite elbows with opposite hands. Bring your biceps up by your ears. So my arms are lined up with my ears. It's okay if your shoulders come up a little bit, but as much as you can, pull them down and away from your ears. Press down through both feet evenly. Stand up really tall. And then inhale here and exhale, lift up and then over to the right side. So think up and over so you're really arcing through your body and not just bending or folding to the side. Take your breath to the left side body now, because that's what we're stretching. Notice what your left elbow and left shoulder is doing. If it's coming forward, bring it back up. Keep your upper body open towards your screen, open towards the front. And it doesn't matter how far you go, you just want to feel a nice stretch. If you want to add on a little bit, press even more into your left foot and send your hips a little bit to the left. Again, make sure you're still breathing. 2 more. Last one. On your next inhale, come back up through your center, and you guessed it, we're going to the other side. So inhale, stand up tall, exhale, lift up and then over to the left side. So arcing over to the left. Again, make sure that your body stays open. We're not rounding forward, we're staying nice and open. Breathe into your right side body. If you feel like you have a little bit more space, this time you press more into your right foot and send your hips to the right. Doesn't have to be a big movement. This is really about what sensation you're creating in your own body right now. And then on your next inhale, come back up through center, release your arms, give everything a little shake. Whew. Now we're gonna forward fold. Take your time with this, move slowly. I'm going sideways again so you can see me a bit better. And for this one, don't just bend your knees a little, bend your knees a lot. And then we're gonna roll down slowly. So first, tuck your chin towards your chest, let your arms hang heavy, shoulders are heavy, and slowly, one vertebra at a time, you're going to roll all the way down. So until your upper body folds in half over your legs. And then once you get there, get your belly down on your thighs. If you're saying to me, well, my belly's not touching my thighs, bend your knees even more. And then once you get there, again, shoulders, head, neck, arms, hands are all really nice and heavy. If you like, you can hold opposite elbows with opposite hands. If you like, you can sway your upper body from side to side. And what I'm hoping you can feel here is a gentle stretch in the back of your legs. You can straighten your legs a little bit more if you feel like you have space, but always bend in your knees and belly on your thighs. And then because our knees are bent right now, you should also feel a nice stretch in your lower back. Keep breathing. Now, if you are holding onto your elbows, release your arms, release your hands. So again, your upper body is really heavy, head is heavy. We're going to come back up the same way we came down. So slowly, knees bent, roll up one vertebra at a time. Take your time, don't rush. Your head and your shoulders are the very last to come up. If you're still moving, take your time. If you're already standing, just hang out here for a moment. Then unfortunately, I can't really see what's going on your side. So I'm going to give you one more moment here to come up to standing, and I'll meet you here. All right, we're going to do a little bit of a balance. So if you know you need some extra support, find a chair, a table, or a wall, and put your left hand on it. If you don't need to, then just put your left hand on your hip so that you have something to support you. Okay, shift your weight into your left foot, stand up tall, and then kick your right heel back towards your bum and grab a hold of your ankle. If you can't reach your ankle, you're holding onto your foot, that's okay, but if you can, hold onto your ankle. Now, before you do anything else, your right knee is probably trying to go out to the side. You don't want that. Bring your right knee in towards your left knee so you're squeezing in. You don't necessarily have to touch knees, but we just want everything squeezing in, and I promise you that will help you balance. Find something to look at that's not moving. See if you can breathe a little bit deeper, stand up a little bit taller, and engage your core. So what I mean is your belly button is going to pull back towards your spine. You'll feel some resistance in your quad in the front of your thigh, but pull back with your belly button as you gently guide your heel closer to your bum. Keep breathing to your quad, the front of your right thigh. Notice if your shoulders are up towards your ears. Can you relax them down? One more. And then gently, gently release your right hand from your right ankle or right foot, lower it to the ground. Take a moment to shake out your left leg. And we'll do the other side. So same thing. And if you do fall out and balance is not something that's working for you today, that's okay. Just come back in or take your time. Put your right hand either on a wall, table, chair, put it on your hip, again, just so that you're doing something with that hand. Shift your weight into your right foot, bring your left heel up towards your bum, grab a hold of your ankle. Now, again, if you can't quite reach your ankle, just hold onto your foot, that's okay too. Squeeze your left knee in towards your right knee. And then find something to look at that's not moving. I promise you that helps you to balance. Again, engage your core, pull your belly button back towards your spine. You feel a bit of resistance in the front of your left thigh, that's fine. Just keep kicking your heel in towards your left hip. Soften your shoulders. I know there's a lot to think about, but I'm going to give you one more option here. If you like, you can also lift the corners of your mouth. Turns into a smile. Okay, you don't have to smile. I can't even see it anyways. Okay. All right, take one more breath here. And then gently release your left hand from your left ankle. Shake out your right leg, shake out your left leg in, shake out your arms. Give a little shake of your face. And then we're going to get into our next. So this is the last thing. If you'd like, you can find a seat somewhere because we don't really need our lower body involved. If you prefer to stay standing, just stay standing. Option one with your arms is to either let them just hang by your side, or you can have your fingertips touching the ground. Option two is to bring your arms behind you and again hold on to opposite elbows with opposite hands. We do that a lot. So when you hold on to your elbows behind with your hands behind you, it intensifies the stretch a little bit. So if it becomes too much, just release. Now wherever you are, either stand up or sit up tall. So lengthen through your spine. Roll your shoulders back and down. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, look to the right. Inhale, look back to center. Exhale, look left. Inhale to center. We're going to keep going. Exhale, look right. Inhale to center. Exhale, look left. Inhale to center. One more time each side. Exhale, look right. Inhale to center. Exhale, look left. Inhale to center. And then exhale, lower your chin down towards your chest. So you're looking down towards the ground. From here, gently, gently roll your right ear over towards your right shoulder. And then exhale, roll your chin back down towards your chest. Inhale, roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then exhale, roll your chin back down towards your chest. I'm going to invite you to keep going now. So you're making half neck circles. Take your time. If you find a particularly sticky spot, hold it there. If you would like to do full neck circles, you are very welcome to, but be very, very mindful, very careful when you take your head back and lift your chin. If you're not sure about it, I don't recommend doing it. It's just very easy to pull something to hurt your neck when you do full neck circles. I say that as someone who has done it many times. All right, just a couple more times. And then slowly, slowly, everyone find their way back with their chin towards their chest so that you can lift your head up to a neutral position. So looking forward, you're holding onto your elbows, release your elbows, give your shoulders a bit of a shake, arms a bit of a shake. We're gonna close the class just like we began it with 3 breaths together. It's going to be an inhale through the nose, and on your exhale, you're going to sigh it out your mouth. And I can't hear you, no one else can hear you unless you've got someone next to you, but I encourage you to let the week go. So maybe you had a really busy week, maybe you didn't, but either way, whatever happened, we're going to just let it all go, okay? So breathe 3 times together, all together. Inhale through your nose, sigh it out your mouth. 2 more like that, inhale, and exhale. Last one, make it count. Inhale, let it all go. I've had a long week. Okay, thank you all so much. That was 20 minutes of stretch. I will be here again next Friday. We will do similar, not exactly the same things every single week. I'm always open to requests and suggestions. I don't know how you'll get that to me, but I'm sure someone from UBC Rec can let me know.
Thank you so much, Loretta. That was